All right, guys, can the power of social media change the world? Toyota would probably tell you it already has. The company trying so hard to keep its stories about recalls and other problems under tight control. However, the internet was abuzz with people tweeting, retweeting, and Rebecca retweeting about Toyota's problems. So what can a company do when the information they want controlled is out of control through the people and the media outlets that they truly have no control of? Work with me, guys. Bill Evans is from Fleishman Hillard Public Relations and is the Senior VP of their Digital Strategy Division. I call it Revolutionomics, whether we're protesting the Chavez in Venezuela or we're being angry about Toyota trying to hide problems. They can't stop the revolution.
That's correct. I mean, we're talking about moms and minivans and cars and safety. I mean, these strike very much at the core of what people value. And so I think what Toyota is learning almost the hard way is that people are going to come together, they're going to share their experiences, they're going to make purchasing decisions based very much on what they hear and what they feel, and Toyota is really at a crisis at this point.
But this is the way of the future. I mean, the information's out there now, whether it's politics or business, Toyota recalls, anything.
Yeah.
The social media has really brought information to everyone, right?
Yes. Well, I don't think it's about necessarily bringing information to everyone. I think it's empowering people to bring information to each other. So the era of advertising really defining what a brand is or what a message is over. So you're going to have a story that you want to tell. Fox is going to have a story it's going to tell. Toyota's going to have a story it's going to tell. But people are going to come together and sort of measure the credibility about that and what they feel and align themselves to people that are like themselves as well. And the internet is really giving us a visibility into that we never had before.
And so how does a company then, I mean, you're with public relations expert, how does a company then contain this balloon that's out there that's just growing, bigger and bigger until it pops with social media? They have basically no control over it.
I think the way we counsel clients at Fleishman is not about controlling the story, it's about establishing credibility. I mean, Toyota's learning that trust is a global commodity, and it's really not about controlling the spin anymore. I think people want them to come out, own the story, own the situation. What did you know? When did you know it? Be very transparent and tell us how they're going to fix the problem. I think that'll go a long way to establishing or reestablishing their reputation as a very trusted brand.
So it ends up being about, it's something we talk about on the show all the time. If America would focus on quality and not propaganda, perhaps American companies would once again prosper.
That's correct. And I think, Toyota could take a page from Ford back a number of years ago when they were having some issues. President of the company, Bill Ford, came out, took ownership over the problem, said, here's what my plan is to fix this. And this was before social media really became a prevalent channel. I think Toyota, if they were going to put a plan forward to the American people and people at large, say, here's how we're moving forward, start to show some of the stories of how people are engaging in success, what it's been, how people are getting their cars fixed, and really getting back to some core fundamental values of establishing trust, that'll go a long way.
Did they get it now? I mean, you look at Toyota, okay, so they dropped the ball. They probably thought they were, too big to fail with this. Tiger Woods. I mean, same thing. It's the same good theory, right?
Same theory. I think the idea that they're somehow tone deaf to the opinion against them is the lesson here. I don't know that they still quite got it. The fact that allegedly they knew about this problem for quite some time exacerbates that they didn't have a plan ready to go and engage in people and really tell their story. I think Tiger Woods is a great example. He tried to shut the story down, control it, hope it would go away, and it actually just fueled the fire.
Or maybe on the same lines, Eric, that they were just too confident. They were too, like Tiger said, he thought he was too good, he was entitled, and the same with Toyota. They're number one, they're growing, they're Teflon.
That's right.
But they didn't realize that, hey, you can be taken down as well.
Yeah, and I think again the lesson here is not to be tone deaf. I mean, if you look at conversations, how people talk about your brand, your reputation of a brand, that's much more valuable than your Q score with an ad campaign. So I think Toyota needs to really start to measure value of how their consumers perceive them as opposed to how things test and advertise.
That's Bill Evans. We're going to have to leave it there. Very nice tie, young man.
Power
nice tie.
Twitter.